Hi folks, I hope you're doing well. It's, what day is it? Hi folks, I hope you're doing okay. It's Sunday the 3rd of November. And I thought I would do a quick video just to catch up with what's going on. So let me show you. There's my right hand carpal tunnel scar. Looks pretty clean, doesn't it? Not too noticeable really. So yeah, it's good and clean. My hand in general is feeling pretty good. I'm having to use it more at the minute because I had my left hand operation on the 18th of October. So I've been off work for a fortnight while it all sort of settles. I'm not getting any of the pain, the carpal pain that I was getting, and I'll show you it's nothing too bad. There's the current situation. I've got a couple of butterfly stitches put down at the bottom because I had my stitches trimmed on Monday, just gone, and then they all started. It was weird, when I went and had my stitches trimmed with my right hand, the nurse cut the knots of the stitches off. When I had this one done, she left the different nurse, but left the knots, cut the ends of the, the leftovers of the stitches. I was like, who was right? I don't know. But then the stitches started coming out on these. They're dissolvable, but obviously everything above the skin, anything underneath in the skin is gonna dissolve, but anything on the top just comes out. So, but yeah, so there's just a few at the bottom or a little bit at the bottom that's not quite healed fully yet. I keep it covered anyway. I kept this one covered too because the nurse said because of where it is, it's like notorious for getting infected, and I don't want that. So keeping it covered. We'll see how we'll see how I go with typing tomorrow. I'm just gonna do what I can work-wise. I'm working from home because I can't drive yet. I'm not even know what I'll do to try and test it out in probably a few days is sit in the car on the drive and see if I can change gear or not, because if I can't grip to change gear, I'm not even going to attempt to turn the engine on. But yeah, we'll see how I go. I think it was 4 weeks before I drove with my right hand, and that was just holding the steering wheel, but we'll see. This one already feels like I'm doing more with it than I was with my right hand, but that could just be because I know what to expect from the healing process, or because my right hand was by far the worst with the carpal tunnel pain. So whether it took longer to heal afterwards, I don't know. I'm making stuff up at this point. But so I'm done now as far as hand surgeries go, fingers crossed, which I can do, both hands. So before I had my op, I was back to crocheting a little bit, not as much as I used to do, sadly, but we'll get there. So I bought some yarn from Aldi when they had their yarn event. September? Must be. So this is like their green stripe baby yarn, or green, I don't know what it's called. I think it was green stripe. And this is the baby squid pattern by Plushy Co. I'm sure it's Plushy Co because I've done the big ones by her before. So little baby ones. 10 tentacles, because squids have 8 and the 2 fronty ones. Then I made a blue one. So cute. I hope this light's okay, I've got the lamp on. And haha, made a pink one. This was all Aldi yarn, these 3. And then I had some of this left over. This was yarn from the range. I don't know if it was called Tutti Frutti, but that's what it makes me think of, Tutti Frutti. So he's much bigger than the ones in Aldi yarn because it's thicker, and I think I probably went up. I probably did this on a 7mm. I was doing things like probably on bigger hooks than I normally would because I didn't want to used too much tension with my left hand before before the op, because it was still, I was getting the carpal tunnel pain, so I was trying to be as easy, you know, go as easy on my hands as I could. But it's quite nice to crochet again. Paul's like, why don't you just leave it? I'm like, I want to crochet, so I did. And then I made a bee. I think it was just what yarn I could get to in the shed, because I don't know where half my stuff is. I had a bag, a Bar Ramu bag that I bought from Angela at the Honor Yarns. Hi Angela. With my embroidery thread in it. Answers on a postcard where I've put it. You would think that I'll put all my crochet stuff away when I, you know, in one place when I had to stop crocheting. No, it's everywhere, and in various safe places that I can't flipping find. So I bought more embroidery thread, and alas, the other stuff hasn't turned up yet. That's normally a surefire way, isn't it, to find what you've lost, is you order some more and it magically appears. It will all turn up. So I was pulling out yarns I could get to in my shed, because I just put stuff in there because I'm too upset that I can't crochet. Everything's just gone in the shed. So then I was pulling bits and bobs back out. So I made another duck. Who's this? Haru Crochet. These patterns is the duck, chick and the chicken that I've made previously. But then she's got ones with an owl and a penguin and like a budgie. I think it's a budgie. But yeah, I've got that pattern. I've not made any yet. And then the only other thing I was working on was this blanket. I don't think I showed it you before. I think I may have mentioned it after I made my boss's Rings of Change. I nearly said Lord of the Rings. No, Rings of Change blanket. I needed something, or I wanted something that was just simple. Pick it up if I had time and my hands are feeling okay. So this is the Sober Granny blanket. I'll link the video below that I watched. It's by Crystal, the Secret Yarnery. Krista. The Secret Yarnery. I'll link it below. I think it's Crystal, but then I'm making myself doubt because I'm thinking of Crystal of Bag O' Day. I know it's the Secret Yarnery because I've made one of these before. So I love this yarn. It's so pretty. It's looking more red than pink. Just dropped, oh, the duck, sorry. So it's using this yarn, Mariner's Hermitage, which was then called Mariner's Heritage, and then Mariner stopped trading, so it doesn't really matter. That's shade 1730. So pretty. And we've got a couple of babies due at work in the new year. I think one's January, one's February, but they're only like a week or two apart. Due dates, obviously, mean nothing, especially if the person's having a boy. One is having a boy, the other one is not finding out. So cool. So what was I saying? So yes, I will be probably making baby blankets once I'm back crocheting, but I don't think this one is necessarily the best yarn for it because it's like the roving, like is it King Cole Riot? That's it. And the, what's the Red Heart? Unforgettable. It's a bit liable for bobbling and not maybe the best for something that's going to be washed fairly often, I would think, with newborns. So yeah, baby blankets once the hands are willing. Not got any Christmas markets or anything booked because I have no stock particularly. I've not really crocheted all year, so it's not worth signing up for anything, I don't think. And that's it really. The kids have just been on half term. Yeah, so that's it for the crochet content, albeit not very much of it, but I'm going to talk about cancer, unfortunately. So if you know, by all means, you don't want to stick around, I completely understand. Everyone's got things going on, you know. We feel like we're seeing it everywhere at the minute, so, or the adverts or the programs, just everywhere. So I completely get it. If you want to stop here, thank you for watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you again soon. So mwah to everybody. If you are sticking around, thank you very much. I won't keep you long because I will just waffle, and I've tried recording this so many times. We unfortunately lost Paul's dad last week to cancer. He was probably diagnosed two and a bit years ago. He'd had it previously in his 50s, and they caught it quick and everything, but then it came back obviously a couple of years ago. And you know, we'd done all sorts. He had all sorts of treatments, and everything was looking good, and then it was too aggressive and it was back, and you know, unfortunately we just ran out of time and treatments, and you know, he fought so hard, you know, and really gone through the ringer with various things, and yeah, I think it was just too aggressive in the end. So Paul and his sisters and Paul's stepmom, Steve's wife, was with him when he passed, so he wasn't alone and he wasn't in pain, and you know, it was as peaceful as it could be. His brother had been over from America to see him, like the week leading up to, you know, or the week it happened, but it was pretty much on the flight back to America when he passed. But yeah, you know, it's not nice, and it's nothing that I would wish anyone to go through, and it's just, you know, horrible, and a horrible thing for Paul to have to go through, and his sisters, and you know, anyone who loses a loved one, you know, it's not nice. But we're just, you know, trying to say to the boys, he's not in pain anymore, he's not suffering, he's not stuck in the hospital being served the same hospital meals that he hated, and you know, so we're trying to, we very much say to the kids, it's like the land of the remembered, rather than heaven and hell and getting into any kind of religion thing. We say, you know, like Granddad's in the land of the remembered, because the kids watched Book of Life when they were little, and I adore that film. But it's a nice way of teaching kids about death and a different way of looking at it. So yes, we might not see him anymore, but he's still with us, and you know, I think that's a nice way of looking at it. So yeah, the kids have done really well. Paul is, you know, he's amazing, and yeah, I'm just trying to be there for him as much as I can in any way that he needs me. You know, he might not need, you know, whether he needs space or he wants to talk, or you know, it's a hell of a thing to go through. I imagine being there when someone passes. It's totally different to just hearing it, and you know. So yeah, it's been a bit rubbish. We're going to, Paul and his sisters are out at the moment looking at a plot, or it's Heritage Woods or something, but you can choose a plot and a tree. They put in like an established tree. It's either 5 or 6 years old, or 5 or 6 foot tall. Paul can't remember which way round it is. But you have the option of burying the ashes next to it, and you can have a little plaque with any words you know, just a name or some words or something like that. And it's open all year round, and you can have picnics, and you know, it's like a park, so Paul's sister can walk Steve's dog, which she now owns and looks after. She can take Barney, the dog, for a walk there, and we can have picnics for his birthday and stuff like that. So I think that'll be nice, just having somewhere to channel energy, and you know, somewhere to go and talk, and you know, if anyone needs to. But yeah, so that's where we are. I thought I'd just tell you, because I know I mentioned it a few years ago when he first got diagnosed, and that, you know, he'd had the bad news. So yeah, we're getting there, I think, and we're just, we've got no expectations of each other or of the kids or anything. It's just, tell us how you feel, and we'll deal with it day by day. So yeah. Right, I'm gonna go before I decide this is rubbish and I'll record it again and I'll be here all day. But yeah, excuse me. So I hope you're all doing okay. Take care, everyone. Hopefully I'll be back with more, you know, stuff I used to do about a year ago before before my hands betrayed me. Been talking for too long, got dry throat. But yeah, so take care. Let me know what you're working on, and yeah, thanks for all being here, and I'll speak to you again soon. Mwah.